Today, what I'm going to be doing is giving a beginner lesson coming from a beginner on what all the buttons do on this Pioneer XJ, I think it's called. We'll put the name up. I clearly have just got this. It is brand new for me, and my friend Kelly is helping me edit videos, and she was like, I don't know what you're doing when you're doing this DJ stuff. So I am making this video for her and for anyone who ever wondered, what the heck is a DJ doing up there? Hence the viral meme. So I am going to record this on my phone so you guys, oh my gosh, of course, and I'm hitting everything. I'm going to record it on my phone so you guys can get a closer look of what I'm doing here on the buttons. But I'm just going to go over everything really quick and easy just so that you can, it's like layman's terms on how you can understand what the heck is going on when a DJ is mixing. So I'm going to start off with these 4 buttons right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. These big buttons. These are the main buttons, the sliders that control the music. Now, this one here at the bottom, the crossfader, this is also something where you can fade from one deck to the other, so A to B. So when a DJ is kind of moving this back and forth, that means that they are switching the music from one record track to the other. So I have this one turned off because I mix with my mixing buttons and the sliders as well here. Now, if all of these were down, that would mean that these buttons here are the EQ of the song, so the highs, the mids, and the lows. So if everything was down, you really wouldn't hear much of this song at all, especially even if a filter was on here. It would really turn all of this down to a very, very minimum. And as I bring this down, that also kind of does the same thing. So when you're mixing, when these are both up, or let's say this song is up and I have it here, I'm mixing, I want to put this song in, I might, turn down some of these knobs so that when I bring it up, it's not, overpowering. So you would slowly turn it up, and then you would mix in the song and slowly turn this one down, and then cut it out whenever you want. This is all obviously artistically up to what you're doing when you're mixing the song. So this is when you're mixing, this is the songs that you're choosing. And then this is a crossfader, so this will go from A to B. So if I had both of them up and this was working, see this right now I have it on through. So this is irrelevant to me, this button means nothing. But if I had it on switched over, I could change the track from switching this crossfader. So you see a lot of DJs that do their mixing, they're going to move this back and forth. If they are actually mixing with this, then it would change what you hear. I don't use that, I just mix through here, so that's why mine is irrelevant. So I don't really use the crossfader yet. Again, it's probably because I am so new. If I was mixing something more like hip hop or whatever, a different genre, which this would be really good for, you would use this button. As a beginner, I don't use that button at all. So that's what this button is, but these are the main buttons here. And the reason that I'm only using 2 usually on here is because this mixer board in particular only can do 2 channels unless you plug in an external CDJ or vinyl, or you use the software from the computer. I tried the software from the computer, it was very glitchy. That was with Serato. I have not yet tried Rekordbox. So just FYI for anybody that is thinking of buying this, because it has 4 channels, it has 4-channel capability, but not standalone 4-channel capability. It is only able to use 2 without the use of something else plugged in. So let me just put these somewhere where, you know what, I'm just putting them down. I don't need them. Okay, so these 2 channels are what's really the most important here. Let's play a song. All right, so once the music is playing, this is for the cues for hearing in your headphones, so that's really irrelevant. As I turn this up, you can hear the music is on. All right, so what's happening when you're using these buttons, let me load up another song to deck 2. And now we have a different song. So if both the faders are down, both the songs are off. One fader means one song. Let me turn this down. And the other fader is the other song. So that's how you know which songs are playing. Now, right now, these are both different BPMs. These are both different. Nothing has been synced up yet. So I'm going to show you guys a quick way of syncing. You can use your sync buttons, which is very easy because it will sync the beat. It will sync the BPM. But for anyone that's kind of like, well, what else is there, right? These sliders here, these tempo sliders, this is to set the BPM. So I could easily set it at, let's say, 126, right? And then you can see here on the screen, 126, and then I am setting the other BPM here, 126, now they match. So now I can use these lines up here, these jog wheels to match the beat. Now, of course, you're gonna wanna match it with your ears, hearing it, but just so you guys know, if you're just watching and you're like, what's the DJ doing? When they're spinning these wheels, right, they're jogging the track faster or slower to help it match the beat of the other track that's playing. So once you've got your tracks aligned up a little bit, right? So if we're playing one track here, now if we play the other one, they have around the same beat. So in order to mix these in together, what you would want to do is you're going to use these little knobs here, right? These are your highs, your mids, and your lows. So when I'm mixing, for example, if I have one song playing, and then I want to mix in this song, I might, depending on what it sounds like in the headphones, right, I might turn down the bass all the way and just have, you know, the mid of the song playing so that you could hear it. And then slowly, once this song maybe goes to a low, I might turn that bass down and turn this down and slowly fade up everything and then shut this song off. So that's kind of what's happening when a DJ is mixing. This is just the basics of a board, so you can see when someone's doing this and this, the song should be coming in and coming out. If you're seeing a DJ do this and nothing's happening, then they're not doing anything. Because this will really show the music in or out. So that is the basics of using 2 channels. Now, of course, when you're using 4 channels, right, you would be able to mix more songs together. And these buttons here are for cues and loops. These buttons up here are the same thing. Those are for the cues as well. So if I wanted to loop a song, a certain song, let's say I want to loop this first song, I can either use these buttons and just use a loop here, and now the song is looped. You can see on the screen that it's looping. I could have done the same thing with this button here. You can loop in, loop out, you can half the loop, and you can double the loop. So these buttons are very easy, and then with these buttons you can also notice how when I half the loop, this button that's flashing went here, and then when I multiply it, it's showing me how many beats are being looped. So I can cut it, lower, 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 nothing. Okay, so those are the beat loops. And that's pretty much all that you really kind of like need to gather when watching a DJ play. That's it, right? Are they using this? Are they mixing their here? And that's kind of like the most important. So, Kelly, this is for you. When I'm doing stuff like this, I am mixing. When I'm not touching these buttons here, we're not doing anything. Hope that's helpful to you guys. Thanks for watching.